Hey YouTube, welcome to Beyond the Hype, a series I created to look at either new Pokemon or Pokemon with new moves and give you the honest beyond the hype take on them to let you know all their strengths and weaknesses ahead of time so you can make an honest judgment about whether it is worth it to build these Pokemon up or not. As you can see, we are doing Hippowdon today. Hippowdon I had very high expectations for, and I was a little disappointed. And I think there's a couple reasons for that, and I will go over them now. But let's just start with the basic stuff. Basic stat product. Good stat product overall. Pretty good. It doesn't meet my threshold isn't the one that you should always go for, but I always say 2000 overall stat product, and if not, you better offset it with amazing movesets. So 116 attack, 116 defense, and 141 stamina for 1913 overall. So overall, not bad, but doesn't meet my 2000 products overall stat product. And I think the main reason is, as you can see here, top rank 18.5 is only as high as it goes, right? So it's an evolution Pokemon that only gets up to level 18.5, which already kind of puts you behind a lot of these other Pokemon that you're against that are level 30, 40, 50 that have that stat product. So overall, 1913 stat product's not bad, but when you sort of pull out and look at like where you are compared to the rest of the meta, it's a little tough just from stat product, and that's why it was kind of useless before, because it didn't have a good moveset and it didn't have the stat product to put you ahead. Now you got Sand Attack. So 100% just a huge improvement overall. You had to run Bite or one of the Fangs, Fire Fang, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang. So all very good damage, but very low energy. And this is kind of the reverse. This is lower damage per energy, but a very good energy generation, and the added benefit of a one-turn move. In terms of charge moves, here's the first debate I had. Scorching Sands is a must. 50 for 96, 1.92 damage per energy. Scorching Sands is a must. I ran Body Slam because on everything else even, just better damage per energy. Same energy, 35 versus 35. Weather Ball, 55 damage. Body Slam, 60 damage. 1.71 versus 1.57. So I ran Body Slam. There were times that I wish I had Rock Slide, and unfortunately it's just very matchup dependent on which move you think is better. The reason you run Weather Ball and the reason the recommended moveset is Weather Ball is because it's coverage. You do not have really anything for flyers, and there are certain flyers like Skarmory where if you ran Body Slam you would have no moves for, because Sand Attack, Scorching Sands, and Body Slam would be all resisted. So from that perspective, Weather Ball, yes, is the better move to run. However, if you are just in a neutral matchup, I think if you're in a neutral matchup, you always go Scorching Sands, honestly. But if you're in a neutral matchup where you just need to throw, let's say you're gonna go down and you can't get to Scorching Sands, you can only get to one move. Obviously, having the more damage Body Slam is better. So from that perspective, that's why I ran Body Slam. Again, you're gonna see I ran into a few flyers with this Pokemon. I'm just like, oh, I wish I had that. But again, that's just sort of matchup dependent preference there. Typing: ground, weak to grass, ice, and water, resistance, electric, rock, and poison. And so I think the other reason this Pokemon is a little hindered in the Great League right now is just because of the meta, right? The meta is 15 water Pokemon in the top 30 right now. And it's very tough to run a pure ground Pokemon when that is the meta. So that is one of the other drawbacks. In terms of, there's two other things I want to cover here. I said Sand Attack is a good move, but I'd rather have Mud Shot. And then someone pointed out a couple things. So the first one is, in terms of energy generation per turn, you do more damage with Sand Attack, but with the less energy, and you trade off 0.5 for each. So Mud Shot gives you 1.5 damage per turn, but gives you 4.5 energy. And then Sand Attack gives you 2 damage per turn, but 4 energy. Someone mentioned that on paper, sure, if you just look at that, but what I did not take into consideration was that Sand Attack is a 1-turn fast move as opposed to a 2-turn fast move with Mud Shot. So sometimes you are still able to get to the move faster with Sand Attack because you don't need to wait for that full 2-turn energy generation. So Sand Attack could, in that theory, be better than Mud Shot on these Pokemon. So take that as you will. Whether you think that little extra energy generation, little less energy generation, but being able to potentially get to it faster sometimes in the 1-turn move, plus the more damage that you can potentially farm down a little easier, is worth it. In terms of the matrix is real rough. And this is sort of my experience with it. I guess I could optimize stat products just to give you a true look at it here. But in the one shield, we are looking at a 13-32 record in the regular Hippowdon and a 14-31 in the shadow. And it doesn't get any better in any other shield scenarios. 2v2 is 18-27 to 19-26, and 0v0 is 12-33 versus 10-33. So unfortunately, just in matchup perspective, it's not good. And I think there's, again, 3 reasons for that. One, being only level 18.5 and not having the stat product overall that you need. You just can't compete with a lot of these XL Pokemon. The second is just pure ground typing is not a great typing for this meta when waters are everywhere, and now you're seeing an uptick in grass trying to counter all those. 2 of your biggest weaknesses right there, right? And then the third one being I think your move set a little bit. Yes, Sand Attack is a huge improvement. No doubts about that. Scorching Sands, still a pretty good move. 1.92 damage per energy. Again, 50 is a little slower to get to, but 1.92 is nothing to fret about. And then just that it's just your first move, right? You either have a low damage per energy Weather Ball bait, or you have a okay-ish. It's better with same type attack bonus, which you do not get on this normal Body Slam. 35 for 60 Body Slam, which again is not as amazing when it's not run on sort of a Vigoroth or Lickitung. So that is it. So I paired it with Walrein and Trevenant, because again, you're weak to water and you're weak to grass. I tried to cover those with Trevenant and Walrein combo, and you're going to have problems with running Body Slam. You're going to have trouble with Flyer. So that's why I went Walrein, even though that adds like a double weakness to grass. You have like Trevenant plus Ice, and you outpace pretty quickly. And as you're going to see in these battles, and I will showcase the battles because someone's like, I actually like when you showcase the battles instead of just talking all the time. Yeah, so I will actually talk about the battles. Walrein was the MVP of this team by far. So for Alligator, and this is what you're going to see. Like, first of all, I just stayed in with them because I want to just see how fast I get to the moves. And it's just like, let me count their moves as opposed to like, sorry, let me just start that over because I want to count their moves as opposed to like mine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So they are at a Hydro, which is basically going to one-shot me, and I'm yet to get it to a Scorching Sands. And that 6th one just came through. That 6th Sand Attack, like that one extra, and it's still going to take me into another, right? So you're getting significantly outpaced here. I bait because for Alligator is just so glassy, and then I'm probably going to try and catch or just bait again. I know for Alligator is pretty glassy, so I figured maybe I can just chip with Body Slam, but again, that non-shadow damage. So even though they're both not amazing, I think the shadow damage probably makes this a little better. But goodbye, get taken out there. Out comes a Gligar, and hello Walrein. I'm going to shield because it could be Dig, and then if it is Dig, this just makes it easier to farm down here. That's exactly what I will do, and I'll come out with energy, and I already showed for Alligator in my first video, and having gone against it a few times, I know this thing is glassy, and this thing is already in the red, so this resisted Icicle Spear will easily take this out. So there is resisted, takes it out. Marowak comes in, so I'm going to go straight for the nuke, knowing that I can potentially just go for the Shadow Ball back here. I may try and catch, because I don't think I'll get to the move, and if they do, I'm going to lose CMP. So I will just sacrifice my Trevenant. They actually tried, well, I was low enough that they could go Bone Club, so I caught a Bone Club. Took it, forcing them to throw here, and then I'll have the Earthquake coming out of this to one-shot the rest here. So goodbye, Marowak. Hippowdon against Umbreon. And this, again, this is where you're going to just see the lack of being able to hit, right? So they're already at a foul play before you get to a Scorching Sands. So again, you're getting outpaced to your nuke. Dark Pulse does an okay amount, right? Like you're looking at 40% here, and these Scorching Sands are not going to do enough either. So you would just get outpaced. Those charm damage is doing quite a lot. I don't have a great answer to this, so I was hoping I could chip. Because now if I can chip, I know this is a Charmer. I can come in here, shield once, get a bit ahead on energy, knowing I can get to the... See if I should go straight Shadow Ball or if I go Seed Bomb. That's low enough. Yeah, I'm just going to say, take me low enough, but I come out with energy and take this out. So Seed Bomb, back-to-back moves. Okay, they shielded. You go back-to-back, so not worth the shield when you're going to go down anyways. And it is a Wiggly. So I'm just going to come Wall Rain. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Just knowing that I'm going to outpitch to the first move. If I throw a move, going straight Earthquake. I think I assume that Earthquake will take out here, but I don't think that's a good assumption. No. So I end up having to catch here. I think I probably should have just gone double Icicle Spear. Clearly, that is not the right move. But I do end up catching anyways, farming down, have a shield left. And then Wall Rain. Why Shadow matters. This is not 2 Icicle Spear range if you are not running a Shadow, but it is 2 Icicle Spear range when you are running a Shadow Wall Rain against an Umbreon. So 2 will take out here. So again, Wall Rain sweep. If it's a Charmer, I can stay in. If it's Powder Snow, I got to get out. But yeah, this team's also double weak to Ice, so not the best. But those Charms are just like adding up real quick on me. And that's where your like lack of stats comes in. And so now they're at a move. So I got a shield. So again, this is one where like a Rock Weather Ball would have been better. Super effective Rock, right? I should be able to outpace, because again, but I'm outpacing a Charmer, so it's not just like, oh, look how fast it is. It's like, you're against a Charmer, so like, let's be serious here. I do get to a Scorching Sands, so this is good chip if I can do it. I cannot, they're going to shield. And then I come in Trevenant right away, because I don't want to get farmed down unnecessarily. I think they're Switch Lock too, because they... Oh, no, they're not. But I just don't want to get farmed down unnecessarily. Because then it would be... That with... Like, for Alligator with energy would be tough. The claws... Like, Trevenant against Alligator is not a good matchup, because the claws add up enough. I used that in a video you're going to see coming up. I used for Alligator again in same situation. Someone came in Trevenant thinking Grass. Is like, no, you get killed. So hit me again with the resisted Hydro, taking me down to like 50%. Will take it down, and thankfully it is a Dragon in the back, where this will do very super effective. Not enough to take out, but enough to put it extremely low that we just, I think, fast move each other down here. Or I'd take it down. So again, Wall Rain just taking it. I'll tell you, right? This is, again, another one where I wish I had Weather Ball. So I come in here, get hit with a... Of course, they're going to have an answer to Ice. If that's kind of a... It's one of those things where it's like, it's so obvious that if you're running an Altera, you probably have an answer to Ice. Although the only problem with this team is that you are also double weak to Fairy immediately. So I don't know. That's a perfect response, but they probably had an answer for Wall Rain. I do grab a shield, and then Hippowdon, I think I'm just going to try and like farm all the way down here. This is where its strength does come through. As you're seeing, like normally you would not, like Mudshot would not be able to farm this down, but Sand Attack will, just short, but I think it's just Power Punch. But like with Sand Attack, you are able to make that commitment to farm down there. I guess I should tag that Powder Snow and Icicle Spears were Community Day moves. And again, this is where Rock Weather Ball would be better, but spamming Body Slams is not inconsequential here, considering how fast you get to them, despite Sand Attack being resisted. So it's not like it's not spammy, right? 4 energy per turn and a 1-turn move is spammy. They do get to the move here, so I have to use the shield. And then we'll just have to see what's in the back here. And it is a Nidoqueen, which is unfortunate for Trevenant, that with the shield advantage, they should be able to pretty easily take me here. Excuse me while I grab some Red Bull because I am exhausted. Straight out of partying weekend for my daughter's birthday, and then work is busy and I'm hurting. People are like, I don't know how you do it. It's like It's your body gets tired. That's it's not some magic formula. Like, I'm tired. Okay, Lickitung. So again, like the licks are adding up. You get to the Scorching Sands first, but this will do maybe to get you to 50%. They end up shielding. I think you can live a Power Whip. You can. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like the non-shadow would live. I'm sorry. I don't think the shadow would live, but a non-shadow does live because Lickitung is just not attack heavy enough. I do get a second Scorching Sands, but look, that one just took it to 50 after doing a ton more chip damage with Sand Attack. So I don't even think Scorching Sands plus first Sand Attack would have taken Lickitung to the 50%. So this is where like the debate comes in, like how like shadow versus non-shadow. Either way, I think Hippowdon is probably better suited for limited metas as opposed to open Great League. Come in here. I will just get the Shadow Ball off because they're not going to shield and they'll be able to take me out before I get to another move. So let's just do great damage. And then I can just probably Powder Snow a bit and come out with multiple Icicle Spears and then just take, yeah, just commit to the farm down. Don't worry about anything else here. Don't worry about moves. Just come out with like multiple Icicle Spears and then you should be able to outspam the Quagsire. So there's that. I'm loaded. And here come these Shadow Icicle Spears, which are going to definitely add up here. So the Shadow version, this is one where it's like the Shadow version worked way, way better on Walrein. Like if I ran a non-Shadow, half these probably are losses. But the Shadow bonus just does that much more. And then Trevenant did okay. I think I got it on like some crests and stuff coming up here. Goodra. So Dragon Breath damage. They have Aqua Tail, which is super effective. I am at a Scorching Sands and a bit more. This, again, will not take out anywhere close. So I'm going to have to get to a Body Slam. It does lower the attack, which is nice. So I could probably live an Aqua Tail, but still super effective. And despite... Oh, they go Power Whip. Surprised they just didn't go Aqua Tail. Because Aqua Tail would definitely have taken me out. Probably taken me out. They end up shielding and still getting to the move here, right? So I'm going to get beaten by Goodra. Like Aqua Tail would take me out. This one's an Aqua Tail. So I double shield, which is an interesting tactic. I don't know why I did that. You get to a Scorching Sands here, which will be okay chip. They decide to shield and try and farm down. Oh no, I was about to say, if they try to farm down, I could probably get to a move. So they have to dump it. And now I come in here. I know. I think I can live this. No, I cannot. Okay, and now I'm just okay. Togedemaru, good for you. Lantern lead. Okay, this is the one where I think I got the pissed off the most. Resisted, move. Super effective, resisted, spark, super effective surf, but one does well over 50%, and two, with a super effective fast move that should charge well and super effective, get into a Scorching Sands. This one was like way closer in the one shield than I would have liked it for what should be a super dominating matchup, right? So I have to shield the surf or I'll be taken out. I am at a second Scorching Sands, but they could easily just shield and get a second surf off, which is what they do. I did lower their attack for another one, but now they're at another move. So if I want to, I could take this in the twos, but like it still has 50% health and I got a shield advantage and they're still going to get a move off here, which I'm fine taking. I'd rather just come out with energy here because again, even a Thunderbolt is going to do like what, not even 40. So just come out with energy here. Take this out because I really don't want to take another move unnecessarily. This will take it out. Come out with some energy. And this is, I think, the double Psychic line in the back. I'm pretty sure this is Medi Cresselia. Yeah. So able to take this. Actually, this does not one-shot, but it will take it low enough that Walrein can sweep. The rest. think I have maybe one more battle here. So yeah, in terms of the new Pokemon I've used, if I had to rank them, I've got so I have Gudra coming up next, and then I built a team with both Gallade and Feraligatr on it. They're really 1A and 1B for me right now. They are both so strong in this meta. They are both top 15 Pokemon for me in this meta. I think Feraligatr's a little safer. I think Feraligatr just has a little more bulk and still has the hard-hitting spamminess. Like, I went against a Lickitung today with Gallade, and you get like licked down before you can even get to 2 close combats. So it's kind of tough from that perspective. And Feraligatr can just be like a super safe swap, and the claws add up a ton and stuff like that. So I think for me, it's like 1A Feraligatr, 1B Gallade, both top 15 worthy Pokemon. And then the second tier, I would put Gudra in the second tier because it does play very similar to Dragonair, and I like playing Dragonair, so I can't say like that it wouldn't be second tier. So I think Gudra is a second tier. And then Hippowdon and Empoleon. Like, I think both are going to have plays in limited meta, but I think both are like third to fourth tier, honestly, for me. Of course, I'm making these tier systems up in my head as I'm talking now, so what does it really mean? I don't know. But I feel like the Shadow would be better because this isn't a perfect scenario of where Shadow Sand Attack plus Shadow Scorching Sands would probably one-shot the Registeel combined, whereas now you need the second one. So I think if I had to like build, I think it's worth the Shadow, even though overall this Pokemon's still kind of rough. If you're already like sort of borderline on the stat product, you might as well get the boosted attack there. But yeah, Walrein was an MVP, and Trevenant was well as well. I'm trying to think, like, I think those will probably be, I think I want to use Walrein more. With an uptick in, it's interesting though, because in an uptick in water, some of them are mud boys though, right? So Quagsire and Whiscash will do great with Walrein against, and then there's Flyers, and then there's Grass coming out. So I think Walrein is going to make a rise up again. And Trevenant too, because of like all the grass and the waters and Cresselia and stuff. So Trevenant should rise up against Hippowdon. I think it's, again, more limited meta as opposed to Open Great League. But you can, using this knowledge I just dropped on you, you can make your own judgment on it. So that's it. I'm going to try and put out more videos. So maybe you will get one this afternoon. We'll see if I can do it this afternoon. I should be able to, because I've got like 3 teams already to go. Like, I need to like edit and shoot them. But I've got the Gudra team, I got a Credilli team, and I'm using it's a Steelix Gallade Feraligatr team. So I've got 3 teams to go. Plus I saw one come in. Plus I want to do like a 1-week meta analysis. So I got a lot of videos I want to do this week. It's just timing wise. So I'm going to try and pump out a couple more today so that we can do like 2 per day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's my goal. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but that's my goal. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.